literally cannot believe I slept all day. Well, I can, actually.
I mean, you went to bed hella late too. Like I had laid down at like 2. I realized I was an idiot because like once the fan was on, I could barely hear you. It's like I could have just turned on the fans and dropped you out. I was like,
Oh, I was a drunken man with a drunken plan. What a do? What a do? What a do? Yo, how was the Thunderdome? It was fun, man. I like those guys over there. One of them, they got me so liquored up, and then one of them got me pretty good. He got me pretty good. I'll admit it. He went digging through my old videos, and he found an ancient video where I mentioned someone's first name, and I thought he was doxing, and I got all freaked out for a minute. And then he was like, "Bro, I pulled it out of your video. Here's a link." And I was like, "You ass, you ass." Coming to the meetup from Sydney, Australia. Cool, bro. Nice. Like I said, you'll probably meet 2 or 3 other people who've traveled internationally to get there. But that's awesome, man. We'll roll out the fucking shrimps on the Barbie for you.
you had, I'd say, at least 80% of a full bottle of rum last night.
These guys just kept up, and I kept trying to tell them. I said, "Hey, guys, I'm fine taking shots, but you're going to have to give me 30, 45 minutes between a shot. Because this every 15 minutes thing is over." And then when I felt myself getting there, I came up here and said, "Come take my alcohol from me."
I mean, I don't know if that last 20% would have made much of a difference at
I
that
think it
point.
would have. I
Yeah.
think it was really imperative that I stopped drinking when I did. I think I hit my limit.
Yeah.
Because I think that last 20% of a bottle would have been a puke fest. I have a feeling. Shots of what? Rum. Ugh. Of all things. Rum. You're not awake, Paul. You're asleep streaming. Damn. This is a real cool dream. I wish I wasn't dreaming of doing a lame ass stream. I wish it was a dragon for me to ride or something, but I guess I'll go with this. Oh, man. Yeah. I went to bed at like 6 a.m., I think.
Mm.
Something like that. Woke up at 9:30 or 10. Came out here and I was smoking. And Diner went down there and he came back up. And he looked at me like, "Daddy, what are you doing?" I was like, "What do you need, bud?" And he was like, and so I opened the door and he led me right to the bedroom and looked back, you know.
Yeah.
He was like, "You need to go back to bed." And I was like, "You're right, bro." So I just went in there with him. "You don't look homeless anymore." Oh, I didn't look homeless before. It's kind of mean to compare people, say they look homeless, because a lot of people that are homeless, you wouldn't even know it. So there is no look homeless just because I had long hair. And your bitch ass will probably be banned for being a scumfuck. That's the way it works. That's the way it go. Yeah, it's wild that I slept as long as I did, though. I haven't slept like that solid in forever.
I slept in pretty late too. I woke up at like, properly woke up at like 1.
You needed it, clearly. if you allow blacks around here because I'm black. Yeah. I just don't allow retards. So if you're color of your skin doesn't matter. But if you're retarded, there's a thing that happens in rap that I don't understand, but I don't know how to ask people to like explain it to me. What is you know, like when rappers they'll say slat slat, right? And they do this shit. I can't do it. They're like, why they do that? Anybody explain it to me, bro? Is it all gonna be gibberish today? Like, what's that? It's a gang sign? For what gang? Because, like, here's the gang signs that I know. Can I do the blood still? I think I'll probably get it. Yeah. There you go. Blood, right? I know that one. I know that one. Is it pink? I don't know. Tell your mom to pull down her G string and let's get a look at that ass. I'm thinking it's Dookie Brown, but that's just because I've seen your mom. I seen a guy do this one time. He took his hand like this and he was like, he felt like he's throwing a 5 up, right? He throws it up and then he catches it like this. So there's some gang that has a 5, and so he takes the 5 and he throws it up, catches it like that. Fuck the 5. I've seen that. I just don't know what that is, what gang that is. I just don't know what gang that is anymore these days. What's going on? You have a fave struggle meal? Not really a struggle meal, but I made, well, I guess it kind of is. It's a cheap breakfast that I was taught by a dude that used to live in the same building as me, Danny, and his wife. It's called migas. I don't know if you've ever had migas. Migas is you take some tortilla, cut them up into triangles, you fry those up a little bit with some salsa and some pickled jalapenos with a little bit of the juice from the jar in there. Let them get all kind of like soft and absorb all that stuff, and then you make some really good scrambled eggs, right? And then you throw into your migas. You throw in a little bit of whatever meat you've got, right? You got taco meat or you've got like chorizo. Throw that in. And then at the end, you put the migas at the bottom of the bowl. You put the eggs over the top, a little salsa, a little creme fraiche. Seeing results for the nose wipe being Young Thug affiliation, aka Slime. IDK though. Okay. Slime. Sounds like a Pokemon gang or something, but whatever. We're the slime gang. Like, okay. I do. first comic book that I ever read was my dad bought me a paperback Mad Magazine anthology. And Mad Magazine used to be like it was a comic book technically, but it was like a political, social commentary, goofy one. And my dad got me a big, thick anthology book of all of that. And I'd never really read comics. I learned how to read like the 4-panel stuff and all of that. We are the Tunnel Snakes. We are the Tunnel Snakes, and we rule. The vibe is sacrosanct. The vibe is sacrosanct. Yeah. Nobody cares about any individual person that comes up in here. It's all about preserving the vibe. I don't smoke a bowl, get rid of this shitty weekend. All right, you and me, bud. I'm good. Here you go. Let's puff our cares away together. Puff, puff, pass. Puff, puff, pass. If you were a god, you know they'd kill you before the bullets, before the flies, before authorities take out my eyes. The only smiling are you dolls that I made. But you are plastic, and so are your brains. Bow, 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 bow. Do you like King of the Hill? Not really. Put me in the motorcade. Put me in the death parade. Dress me up and send me. Dress me up and send me your dying God. We are damned, we are dead. Pull the needle from my head. I take a bathe battle said I'm swallowed it. Well, now I'm dead. Put me in the motorcade. Put me in the death parade. Maybe I do have Benjamin Button, dude. I slept real good last night, though, so man, that's why I'm looking chipper today. 80% of a bottle of fucking rum will do that to you. It makes you sleep real nice. Dress me up and take me Benjamin Button, dude. Rewinding that shit all the way to the max. All the way to the beginning and backs. PNW Air, fix Paul's mood like it fixed Dark Side Phil's back. Doesn't he still, wait a minute, doesn't he still have gout? Doesn't he still have gout? You ever get the feeling like you're fulfilled? Yes, yeah, I am. Yeah, I'm a very lucky guy. Not lucky. I've done right by myself and the people around me in my life, and I've been rewarded with that, with wonderful things, right? So yeah, I'm good with that. I'm a fulfilled guy, as fulfilled as a human can be. Now, I don't chase my desire. So that's the Tao. So fulfillment, I find in peace and harmony. Which is your favorite Twilight installment? It is New Moon, I think. Though is it New Moon where the Volturi are introduced, where Aro and his court are introduced for the first time? Is it New Moon? I really like the Volturi. They were honestly my favorite thing about the Twilight series. So yeah, New Moon. Then I really liked the. I'll be honest with you guys. I'm not giving you too much of a peek behind the thing. I thought the first Twilight was maybe the best one, like tonally and visually. I thought that the first Twilight was maybe the best one, but the second one was when I felt like, okay, at least they put something in this movie now that I think is cool, right? Because before it was just gay vampire, gay werewolf boy, Now it's got these evil vampire lords, right? That's cool. So I just and sometimes I don't remember when which movie what rebel, because I just got done watching these like a couple weeks ago. I've been scripting, and it's like fucking still to this day these movies run into each other, and it's hard to tell for me sometimes. Like I don't know what happens in what movie. Yeah, I really like the Volturi. There's a dude. I don't even think he probably is a bigger guy in the book, but there's a moment in the final Twilight movie that I really like. All the vampires are fighting, right? The Volturi and the Cullens and all the werewolves. And then one of them starts coming for this dude that's standing there, like this old guy, right? Stringy gray hair. And he doesn't even try and stop it. Somebody's coming at him and he goes, finally. And then they just rip him apart. You know what I mean? So there was so much about those guys that I wanted to know more about, right? And then who's that girl? Fuck, what's her name? I have it written down in my script, but I'm gonna forget it. Is it? I'm fucking it up. But she's like a little blonde girl. She looks like during this movie she might have been like 20, maybe 19 or something. And she's this evil little vampire Volturi chick. She was really good and memorable. But Aro is my favorite guy in the movies. Yeah, I thought he was great. The best one is I'm scripting that one right now. Toys Noise. I'm scripting that one right now. That is Breaking Dawn 1. And I'm almost done fully with the Breaking Dawn 1 script. But yeah, the abortion debate is Breaking Dawn 1. And as I was scripting a little bit this morning, I got up and did a page or two before I went back to bed. And I realized through the writing process that is the only thing that this movie exists for. That's it. Show that the Volturi are pissed off, as they well should be, that the Cullens haven't gone through with Bella's shit. Not pissed off, but they're like, hey, reminder note. And then it's like, Bella's pregnant. How are we going to hide it from Charlie? Holy shit, Bella's growing way too fast. How are we going to hide that from the world? Holy shit, the baby is killing Bella. Well, maybe we should rip it out of there. Edward thinks we should. Carlisle, not so sure. Bella says it's up to her. She gets sucked dry by Renesmee from the womb. Edward has to literally chew Renesmee out and then bite all over. I have a great skit for this, too. Bite all over Bella. And the movie ends, kind of, we assume, with Bella becoming a vampire and, what's his name, announcing that he's just imprinted all over a newborn. Yeah. That's it.
There was also the syringe, too. Do you remember the syringe?
No.
Where, like, he had a syringe full of venom that he injected directly into her heart first.
Sure.
Yeah. But it didn't work.
It didn't work. He had to bite her all over. He had a fucking,
You want to put something on your stomach or not yet?
Oh, yeah. I'll have half of one.
Yeah.
Will you have the other half with me?
Yeah.
Because I don't.
I just thought it might help.
So little happens. They're easy to mix up. I think if I have to fucking tag it, if you set aside Breaking Dawn 2, which kicked me in the nuts harder than any movie has kicked me in the nuts in probably 20 years. Like, I haven't felt that much physical betrayal in a movie. So it might be the worst just for that. But for me, the downward slide becomes vertical in Eclipse. Eclipse, nothing happens in that movie. It's all bullshit. The vampire army thing is so stupid, and it makes Bella look scummy because it's like, now, just because she can't decide if she wants to fuck the werewolf or the vampire or both, like, hella people are being butchered like cattle all over Seattle. And there's a direct link to Bella continuing to be this pick-me vampire chick that knows things about vampires.
And also, too, the Coens just suck at hunting down Victoria.
They suck, period. Twice in this movie, their plan is, somebody's coming after Bella. Let's send her away by herself or with one person so that person can track her down and have a fight. It's not just the Cullens at their fortress saying, like, you shall not pass.
Yeah. Or, like, come get her, bitch.
Yeah, come get her. And then the wolves are coming out, like, that would have, but see, here's the thing. This movie is filled with such bad writing where shit doesn't happen because it makes sense or because it advances the plot. Shit happens so that shit can happen later. So if they cloistered around Bella at the Cullens' fucking mansion in the woods, had the werewolves positioned all around it, waiting to jump in, right? They'd done that, there would have been no cuck tent. There would have been no way for the polycule to get a few minutes alone and have a three-way session, right? So the only reason that they go with the lesser plan, because Jasper says, we should keep her here and use her as bait. And they're like, no, we can't do that. Let's use her as bait by sending her off with her two boyfriends into the fucking top of a mountain wearing skinny jeans.
Yeah.
Good plan, guys. Good plan. So the Cullens are retards. Carlisle is evil. Not as evil as Bella, but he's an evil fuck. The Cullens are just stupid. Like, I don't know how else to put it. The fact that none of them die, not one, not a Cullen dies, is fucking sad. There are at least 3 of those motherfuckers that should die. They should be dead. By all rights, this movie needed a couple of main character deaths to make it feel somewhat impactful in the end. And you don't get it. I hate to spoil it, but you don't get it.
Yeah. Eclipse is set up as, like, one of the hardest fights ever, and they're just fine.
Yeah. They're worried to death about these army of newborns, because in that universe, newborns are extra strong, hungry, vicious, right? And so they're training extra hard. The fight comes, it's a lame CGI cop-out. Not a single vampire or werewolf takes any damage of note. Nobody dies, except for a bunch of new bloods and that little girl that they try and set, which is, bullshit. It
Yeah,
was
worst
bullshit.
happens is, I think, yeah, Jacob gets his ribs broken, which he's a werewolf, so he heals right away.
Well, no, they had to break them, remember?
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, but that's why they had to break him, is because they healed so fast.
Because he heals quick.
So he healed it all fucked up, and they had to unfuck it to heal right.
I didn't really write that into the Eclipse script. It seemed immaterial to the
Yeah.
plot. Nobody dies. Nothing really happens. The only person that dies that is of consequence is Victoria. And it felt like, all right, well, we need to just get rid of this chick now. She's done her job making sure that Bella ran to the cuck tent, so now she's dead.
Yeah.
But that scene where they go into the cuck tent and fucking Jacob hot dog buns Bella all night long while fucking the vampire that never sleeps sits there going, right? He wakes up the next day, pulls himself together, and he's like, Bella, marry me, Mrs. Cullen. And she's like, yes, I will, Edward. Hold on 1 second, I gotta pee. Sneaks into the woods and sucks Jacob's tongue with the ring on. This woman is evil. 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 She's the villain of this movie. I have not seen the new Superman. I've been busy. I'm gonna write it. And networking. On my week off, so fuck you. No. I don't know yet. I'm 50-50. Part of me wants to go see it just to piss people off, but it's already doing really well. And I don't care. Even if it's a really good Superman movie, I'm still gonna hate it.
It's just not interesting.
Not at all. Not even remotely.
I was reflecting a little bit. Like, Kesha put out a new album, and her big hit was TikTok. And, they played that at school assemblies when I was a kid.
How did that one go?
She's like, wake up in the morning feeling like P.
Okay.
Diddy.
Wake up in the morning.
So I was like, I don't know why they approved that for school assemblies.
Oh, P. Diddy hadn't been caught.
Well, I mean, but she's talking about brushing her teeth with alcohol and shit, too. It's that doesn't
What?
seem like a
Wake
school
up, brush my teeth with a bottle of Jack. Yeah, she does say that.
I don't know why they thought that was school appropriate.
Yeah, Kesha, I mean, I'm not slut shaming, but Kesha is dirty. She just puts that off. So that makes sense. Why would they put that in a school? Because, yeah, now that I'm thinking about that song, it's filthy. Not filthy, but it's filled with booze and drugs and promiscuous sex. Everything you don't want at your school rally or whatever.
Yeah. What kind of shit did they play at your assemblies? Or your school didn't have many?
Oh, yeah, no, we had it. It was, it was hip hop and rock, but mostly rock. So, I remember they played, they got in trouble because they played Bullet with Butterfly Wings at an assembly that was out in the football stadium. And kind of started a riot a little bit. Kids were jumping around and jumping up and down, and teachers were trying to cut the mic and pull the plugs. And the people that vetted that music were a student organization, and they got
Well, it wasn't even an inappropriate song, though, was it?
Inappropriateness of songs was considered a little different back then. There was a real belief that music like the Smashing Pumpkins, Bullet with Butterfly Wings, Nirvana was satanic and trying to get kids to commit suicide.
Yeah.
So yeah, they usually forced us to listen to shit that was 20 or 30 years old rock songs. But when we did get our music, we raged. Schools are out of touch. They just play what the kids listening to without thinking about it much. Very hello, fellow kids. Yeah. Well, see, that was the thing. It wasn't like a teacher that chose our music. It was kids. There was a student body organization that was specifically like for the entertainment part and the visuals of assemblies. So they would get with the cheerleaders and make sure the cheerleaders had a little routine they could come out and do. And they would get with the football players, make sure they were ready to run out and do their thing. Get with the marching band, make sure they were ready to do a lap, you know. And then they would pick all the music. WWE opening themes, really? That's so funny. Why would they do that?
Party in the USA with Miley Cyrus was a big one at assemblies too.
Oh yeah. I'm throwing my hands up in my song, butterfly flies away. Party in the USA. What about I came in like a wrecking ball.
They didn't do that one as much.
That one was hella popular though. Did you get any
We got that LMFAO Party Rock.
Party Rock is in the house tonight? Yep. That's a shit song. I mean, it just overplayed, I think. Did you get any what's her name? She just went up to space and everybody freaked out. Katy Perry.
Yeah, I think they did a Katy Perry song here and there.
I like Katy Perry. Well, I liked Katy Perry for one era of her career where she was colliding with rap for a little bit. She had some pretty sick beats and stuff.
The Dark Horse one or whatever.
Dark Horse, yeah. That's my favorite Katy Perry song, is Dark Horse. That song swings. Because it's like Katy Perry and it feels like building to that like, baby, you're a firework kind of level. And then it just drops out and goes trap. Boom, 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 boom. It's good. I like that song. You did the Mordor theme from Lord of the Rings for a pep band. That's cool. Dun-dun-dun, bum, bum, bum. That werewolf movie coming out from Eggers is really intriguing me even more than Nosferatu. I didn't like Nosferatu much, so I'm hoping that Eggers is not going to piss all over another fucking classic Silver Age horror movie, because that's what he did with Nosferatu. So let's see, Golden Age, Silver Age, or whatever it was. I thought that was the Terminator theme. No, the Terminator theme is dun 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 dun, and it goes fuck, I can't remember. It's not though. Dun 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 bum bum bum. That's the Mordor thing. Ocean Man, Ocean Man, take me by the hand.
Apparently, the script for Werewolf was co-written with the guy that did The Northman.
That movie was okay. I liked The Northman. All right. So yeah, all right. We'll see. Ocean Man, take me by the hand, lead me to the land that you understand. Ocean Man, the voyage to the corner of the globe is a real trip, 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 trip. Ocean Man, crust of a tan man by the sand. Yeah, you got to go at least look up the trailer because the fact that I can't get the Terminator theme in my head right now.
Let me see if I can do just a couple seconds and see if I can.
It's fine. I don't care. Whoa.
It opened a short,
Saucy.
like it always does.
Yeah, I know. It's so fucking lame. I'm gonna feel like an ass when you play it because it's like on the tip of my tongue. Fuck, what is it? I'm still thinking hard. I want to beat her to it. Dang, dang. I remember it like clangs. Yeah. Just keep it going. Or bump it up. Just get to like the middle of it.
Yeah.
Bum 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 bum. Dun 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 bum bum bum. Dun 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 bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. Ba-da-da. Doo-doo-doo, ba-doom. Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Doo-doo-doo. Yeah, that's a badass one. And then remember, the one that you thought was the Terminator one was da-na-na, bum bum bum. So they're similar because dun 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 dun, and then it goes up. Dun 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 bum 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 bum.
Man,
So
they need to
very
make
similar.
more movies like Terminator. Like, we haven't had a movie that opened up with an actor's hog in so long.
Big old fucking thigh slapper. Hello, we want you, your son calling up. I was like, I don't remember this out of a movie.
And it wasn't super long, but like still, it was full hog.
Whole hog. Full silhouette. Have you seen John Connor? And nobody can understand you, bro. They're like, $100 if you yell. Send me $100 to get unbanned. How about that? Yeah, we need more hog on TV. Well, more hog in movies, because I feel like we get we get tons of breasts.
The thing,
Yeah,
it goes through phases. Like,
it does.
Sometimes they'll do full titties.
But you're more apt to get titty than hog, and you're more apt to probably get a glimpse of vagina than hog. Yeah. Like even vagina is more. The hog is that it stirs people up. Oh. It does. I think a lot of movies probably want to put hog, but they're like, do we really want to amp this audience all the way up to hog?
Yeah. And in ratings, they're like, do we want to get
those rating bitches?
Yeah. But yeah, that's the one lame thing about Nip Tuck, like the early seasons, is like we got so much man ass, but no titty.
No hog, no nothing. Feel like it's been a while since we got Bush. Well, because Bush is out. Bush has been out since like the late 90s. I think the late 90s were the last time you started seeing like the landing strips and the flying triangle. You know what I mean? Trimmed pubes on a woman. And now it's just like fucking Brazilian ass wax. All the way around. That's the style. That's what you see. First Bush I saw was Life of Brian when I was 9. I'd seen more Bush than I could fucking. You could choke a fucking army of camels.
In Life of Brian too, ain't there?
There's a few, yeah, quite a few titties. Things used to be more body, even with the rating systems being more like heavy-handed and shit. I don't know. Need more Bush. I agree. We need Bush. We need hog. Listen, this is part of the human experience, and all these movies are showing us the human experience, and they're cutting out hog. They're cutting out Bush. A lot of them are cutting out boobs. You just can't be shirtless in a movie now, if you're a woman. Mm-hmm. Why? Why are you doing that? That is true. World's Greatest Dad has Robin Williams hog in it. That is true. There is a brief hog shot of Robin Williams in that movie if you care to see it. But I'm just saying, like, look how deep we gotta dig. How about this? Harvey something in The Piano. There was a movie called The Piano in 1990, and I remember the world was on fire because it showed, I think it's Adrian Brody's in that, showed his hog. Maybe it's not the piano, maybe it's not Adrian Brody, but whoever the dude that was in that showed his hog, full and whole hog. Oh, it's Harvey Keitel. Yeah. Harvey Keitel. Yeah, whole hog in The Piano. Yeah.
Maybe they should just make a movie where everyone's naked the whole time.
That would be
Say, "Fuck
interesting.
you."
That would be fucking, like, think about it. Naked and Afraid, the movie.
Yeah.
It's like a bunch of people get fucking, they're partying on some yacht, and they're all naked in the hot tub, and the yacht fucking goes down, and they barely escape the storm, and they wash up on some island. Nobody knows where they're at, and they're just ass naked.
Yeah, they didn't have time to get clothes
Yeah.
before it sank.
And maybe they can, fashion some coconut bras or something, but it's like adult Gilligan's Island.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, I like that. 28 days. You're right. That is true. 28 days later, the first one, you get Cillian Murphy hog. Because he's in the hospital when that movie starts and he wakes up. Hog out. I forgot about that one, but you got to see how deep you got to dig for a hog here, a hog there. Right? Cillian Murphy had a small hog. It wasn't a small hog. It just wasn't a thigh slapper,
And, they generally don't show them erect.
Right. Well, why would he be? He just woke up in a fucking zombie-infested hospital alone. That's not exactly Boner Town, Yeah, it was an average hog. He got nothing to worry about with that hog, but it wasn't as impactful as the Schwarzenegger was. The Schwarzenegger was absolutely jaw-dropping for a second or two. It was not overly, not like donkey, but like he got like that, flaccid, that much droop, right there, all hog. The shaft totally past the balls. It's like one of the main characters in House of the Dragon showed whole hog in a brothel. Didn't
But I mean, HBO TV shows, that's a whole different category.
Yeah.
You can't put it in the same shit.
Yeah, but it is it's notable, but yes, I agree. You can't really, HBO shows can be a little more racy because they're not under the same, things. Wasn't there hog in the first season of Game of Thrones when Daenerys is with the horse lords and wasn't there a hog shot of fucking
It's been
Khal
so
Drogo?
long, I can't remember.
Guy, does anybody remember? Doesn't Khal Drogo go whole hog in the first season of Game of Thrones? Just not like for minutes, but like he comes walking out and he's whole hog. Oh, it was Theon. Yeah, you're right. It was Theon. Theon Greyjoy goes whole hog. Yeah, he does. What movie do you see Arnold's hog? Terminator, the first Terminator movie. And
Pretty early.
And make sure you get like, the HBO unrated. Don't get them because they cut that scene out and they make it different in the TV version or whatever. But yeah, he walks up whole hog. You know how the Terminator shows up naked and then he has to find clothes? That's the trope. He walks up on a group of street punks, one of which is Flea, I think, from the Red Hot Chili Peppers. And he's like, whoa, look at you, man. His hog is out. Yeah. Oh, yeah, no. There was a lot of good, tasteful nudity and, incidental nudity that seemed like normal human nudity. It wasn't like there was some... It didn't feel stagey. It felt like real.
Because, I like a little man-ass, but I feel like we have too much man-ass compared to everything else.
Because they can't show hog.
Yeah.
They can't show balls, and man nips are just a dime a dozen.
Yeah.
But what are they going to show on a man but his hairy ass crack? Yeah. It's like, okay, well...
But we get even more man-ass than girl-ass, which is like...
Yeah, well, the problem with women is you have that little heart-shaped ass, and if you're bent over, we can see lips. And we cannot see lips, just like we can't see hog. Never lips.
So the man ass covers the hog better than a woman ass covers vagina.
Well, no, because here's the thing. Like, if I tucked my shit and bent over, I'd look like an old billy goat from behind. You'd see it.
Yeah.
But you can pull that into a pouch. What they do in these man-ass scenes is the guys have got a flesh-toned banana hammock on, and they tuck the hog and balls into a pouch that keeps it up so that it doesn't show like a billy goat from behind. But if it was real and Christian was like pounding some chick from behind, they'd be dangling and flopping like they do, you know, but we never get that, you know. Dudes are just Ken dolls in these things, you know. Yeah, normalize the balls. Start with the balls and see how people react. You don't gotta whole hog it. Start with a little bit of balls. Maybe a little lip slip every once in a while. And see if people can fucking deal, you know? That is true. Midsummer has multiple hog shots at the end. That's true. That's true. But it just, once again, really fucking incidental and necessary nudity. Yeah. Like, that's the whole point. It's the culmination of the movie. The fact that he's naked is terrifying because he's trying to get out of this cult thing, but he does. Where can he go, right? The most iconic hog shot in the past 15 years is Fassbender in Shame. I don't know if I've seen that hog shot. That doesn't ring a bell. But I kind of avoid Michael Fassbender because he likes to shit up movies. He likes to shit up franchises I love, like, so.
I guess we can admit there was maybe a little more hog than we thought upon first glance.
Yeah, but the thing is like, we had to dig. We had to, you know, there's not enough. I want more. Yeah, hashtag free the hog.
Because none of those other movies were as big as Terminator.
No, Terminator just thigh slapped it right out there and said, hello. Hello, 1980s America. What do you think about this hog? Let's slip the hogs of war. Yeah, man. That movie, The Northman, should have had hog.
Yeah, it really should have.
Well, lots of it. And everything else. Because you know those Vikings, when they get to fighting, they're stripping down. They're hog out. Nah, they got loincloths and underwear. It's like, what is this, man? Let the hogs free. What's another Got it.
What?
Mad Max.
Oh, yeah?
Dude, hog would be out in the wasteland.
Oh, yeah.
You remember down there, like the people that live outside the Citadel that are... Dude, there would be hog out.
Yeah.
I think Dementis, honestly, might be...
Yeah.
He might, like, wear, like, a thing, like chaps, and go hog out.
Yeah.
Like, spray his pubes with the sky blood, so he's the red Dementis.
Yeah.
Like, why not?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm being half honest here. Like, I know it's a little silly, but...
I mean, he's so BDSM everywhere else.
Yeah. He clearly loves it, right? And
or so maybe hog in a chastity cage.
Something.
Yeah.
And he wears the key around his neck or some shit, you know? That seems like something you'd find out in the wasteland. Mm-hmm. You'd at least see hog if you lived in this world, probably every day in ways you didn't want. Mm-hmm. I want hog in that movie. Unfair. Let the hogs out. The hog hammer is a finisher. Strictly strapped to the inner thigh in wartime. I see.
How did we even get on this?
Oh,
the Terminator theme.
Terminator, Terminator theme. But if there's a chance, I'm gonna take it down Hog Alley. This is me. I'm obsessed.
Yeah, not even sexual hugs.
Just incidental hog. I'm just tired of Ken dolls running around these movies. You know what? You know what series needs a hog here or hog there?
What?
MCU.
Yeah.
Thor should come down sometimes with his thunder hammer showing. Mm-hmm. Incidentally. Like, he doesn't think... You think in Valhalla there's no hog? No hog in Valhalla. There's, here's another one. I think in another movie series, Clash of the Titans. Why is there no hog in Clash of the Titans? Why? There would have been hog everywhere in them days, bro. The Greeks loved themselves some hog. They worshipped it. They sculpted the hog with delicate, loving care. They
were little hogs, though.
Well, some of them were.
Yeah.
Having a big hog meant you were a barbarian and you were crude. Yeah. So having, a smaller hog, but it's still a hog. All right. When I say hog, I don't necessarily mean size-wise. I'm just saying hog. That's all. You can't tell me you don't want to see Captain America's hog at some point, accidentally or incidentally, or like a Wolverine berserker rage where his hog is out the whole time.
Oh yeah, because we always have Hulk with his shorts magically morph.
Hulk hog. I wasn't even thinking of it, but you're so fucking on point.
Like, it's stupid that his shorts have like infinite stretch capacity.
Yeah, that's how they do that in all these fucking movies, and it's so lame.
Except that the Rhino, where they didn't even try.
They just made him like little guy on the bottom, big guy on the top. I can still wear my jeans. It's like hog should have came out. Incidental hog, not sexual hog. But come on.
Busted out of everything else.
Yeah, you're ripping out of your clothes.
We should have gotten Twilight hog.
I don't know how I feel about that, because I'm not saying no. Was this like a YA movie?
Yeah.
You want to throw hog all over a YA movie?
Well, Terminator wasn't meant for just adults.
No, but it's not a YA movie. It's not like a.
I mean, how many little boys watched
Oh,
Terminator?
tons.
Yeah.
We all saw it.
So if hog is okay in Terminator, I'd argue it's okay in Twilight.
Incidental hog?
Yeah.
Non-sexual hog.
Like when
Jacob
strips for Charlie.
We should get a little hog.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel that.
That's the only one I'm talking about, because that's the only full strip we really see.
I mean, I would like, if you're gonna put one in there,
yeah.
I would like maybe they weave in a scene where like Bella and he are getting it on, Edward, and then something happens and he's got to run to defend her or something. Hog out. That's what. I mean, if you're gonna imply they're having sex, what do you think?
Yeah.
They're not in clothes, so hog is gonna be out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jurassic Park needed some dino hog.
Yeah. Did they have hogs?
They didn't. Well, they did. Remember, they're not supposed to. They were all supposed to be female.
Yeah.
But they used frog DNA, and some of them morphed hogs.
Yeah.
So that's how they should find out that the frog DNA is fucked up. Yeah. They should be watching what they think is two female brontosauruses, and then one of them goes, like, wow. What is this conversation we're having? But you know what? It's all true.
I started it, I feel like.
No lie detected, though. Yeah. We haven't lied yet.
Yeah.
Hog finds a way. Oh, shit. The ideas are flowing. What other series? I feel like there should have been some alien hog.
Yeah.
Like, those movies are so terrifying. People are running. Clothes get ripped. Yeah. Hogs come a-flopping. You know what I mean? That's what happens.
Yeah.
You know, if your pants get ripped off running away from an alien and you barely escape, your hog is going to be out and you're not going to care. Yeah. You're going to keep running. You're not going to be like, oh no. You're going to be like, blah, 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 you know? Jurassic hog. Oh, man.
T-Rex comes out.
He's running after you, just like... like, go faster.
What if someone gets hit by it?
Oh yeah, Malcolm gets slapped in the face with it. Oh, oh. Drive faster. King Kong should have hog, but you know what? Gorilla hog is like literally that's gorilla hog right there. Every gorilla. People think gorillas are like nope. That's every gorilla right there. The biggest silverback gorilla in the jungle. That's him. That's the hog. So you can't really do King. I guess though that big at King Kong scale would be like a small building. So yeah.
Or at least like a shed size.
And the balls would be substantial.
Yeah.
I think you might have hit on something. Why no King Kong hog? If you watch gorilla documentaries, you're going to see some gorilla balls on them big old silverbacks.
Yeah.
You're going to see a little gorilla hog here and there. ¿Por qué no on fucking King Kong?
Have they tried making a girl Kong for him to pursue, or not yet?
I want to say maybe in some of those old claymation movies from the 70s.
Yeah, where they were just pumping them out.
There might, I vaguely remember there being like a girl Kong, but not in the big movies and not in the main lore that I'm aware of. No, well, now see, you don't understand though, Brad. I had a Godzilla named Iggy. He was 9 feet from the tip of his nose to the tip of his tail. Bull iguana, okay? Iguanas have cloaca hidden away hogs. And they can't even come out unless they're pressed up against a female's cloaca.
Well, even then, there's no like thing coming out. They're just cloaca bumping.
No. You can, and I had to for Iggy because there are scale problems that they can get shedding around the cloaca.
Yeah.
And you need to get your thumb underneath the
He
cloaca.
had a little thing that popped out of his cloaca.
Yeah, you run your thumb up the cloaca like that, and then this little wiener pops out. But you have to force that.
Yeah.
That only happens if they're bumping uglies, because it's the forward pressure pushes it throughout. You know what I mean? And so they do have it, but you wouldn't be seeing Godzilla flopping hog. It's not a thing.
They could at least illustrate the cloaca. They haven't really even done that.
That's true. They don't even give him the slit.
Yeah.
Because that's what it is. It's a cloacal slit, but a horizontal cloacal slit. Yeah, and they don't show that on him. He's all scales all the way down. Yeah. Where's he shitting out of? Where's he pissing, you know? Yeah. But I had to learn way more about lizard hog than I wanted because, you know, word of warning, reptiles are amazing to have, but they are super expensive, needy creatures that you have to take care of. They're not going to last in captivity unless you are really good to them. They need way more space than you think, and if the bigger they are, the more they need. Iggy had a terrarium that filled up half of a room the size of my living room. Didn't fill it up, but half of that room was Iggy's terrarium, and it was huge, and it was just about the right size for him.
Yeah, to get him all these fancy fruits and veggies.
Mom, the bill to feed him, because it was all stuff that wasn't grown here: papaya, mango, kiwi, all these things that are like expensive and. So yeah, and that goes for any lizard. I had a really big, giant bull green iguana, but even a little fucking skink or something, bearded dragon, you know, are very popular pets now because they're kind of low key a little bit, but they need specifics, very specific things, light. You know, different. There's 2 different bulbs. People don't know this. You can't just get one light and put it on there. You have to get a UV light to emulate the sun. So you add incandescent fluorescent light and a super bright one at that, hot, bright light, and then you add a UV light next to it. And the combined UV rays and that are what they need. If you're just putting the sun lamps that they sell, you're fucking your lizard up because it's just gonna die. It's gonna no. It's
Well, like the sun lamps almost main purpose is to warm them, not even to light them.
well, it's everything.
Yeah.
They are endothermic, and so they get their energy from the outside in. And if they're denied that broad spectrum light, they get less energy and they die. They won't grow. It's like it's a thing. So Iggy almost died because we didn't know. We weren't bad to him, but my mom got me a big fish tank. We made him a terrarium. We bought him from the store. He was that big. I mean, I have my mom's got a picture of me holding him when he was like 6 months, and he's holding onto my thumb, and his little hands can't quite reach around my thumb. And a year and a half later, he was 9 feet long. But in the interim there, when he got to his, and this is usually when people's lizards die, when they got adolescent, because their nutritional needs go up with their size.
And they have to grow, so they need more energy.
And so Iggy was, he was okay, but I noticed when he would move around his tank, he was pulling with his front legs and his back legs were wiggling, but it was like he couldn't control them. And so I picked him up and I touched his back legs and they were hard, like a rock. And my mom was like, all right, well, we'll take him to the vet. Took him to the vet and found out that his legs were calcifying. And she was able to break the adhesions on his legs, but she said, you have got to get him light and diverse diet or he'll just die. This is going to happen to his spine next. And wouldn't you know it, we put him in a bigger cage, started giving him the papayas and the mangoes and the this, that, right? And he fucking exploded. He flourished. The legs cleared up and got fleshy and, malleable again. Muscly. Yeah. He started using them. He got fast. That tail got that. I couldn't get my hand around the base of his tail. He was huge. So, but the only reason that happened is because my mom cared enough to take a dumbass lizard to the vet and pay $100 or whatever it was, right? And then pay $200-300 probably back then to get the shit to build a terrarium for it, and then pay another $100 a month probably in exotic produce. You know what I mean? It's not a cheap fucking thing. Not a cheap thing. And they eat like horses when they're full grown. A male bull iguana the size of Iggy will eat, it's a plate. Imagine this is a bowl all the way around about this high. He would eat that much mixed fruit, veggies, and greens twice every day.
Which is more than like a dog or a cat. They don't eat that much for
well,
the
because
same
it's
size. Yeah.
Well, because they get protein, which is calorie dense and energy dense. They have to eat. They eat all day in the wild, so you have to feed them 2 big bowls of, and it can't just be lettuce. Yeah. It has got to be lettuce, spinach. They like onion shoots. So like the green scallion shoots. Just throw them in there because he likes to. Right, handful of mealworms. That's where they get their protein. You got to get those from the bait shop. Handful of those fuckers. Papaya, strawberry, blueberries, mix it, and it's a bowl like that. Put it in there, and he'll eat it in like 10 minutes. It's gone. And then later in the day, he wants another. Another thing I learned about lizards living with Iggy, and this was wild. I had a house full of women. Bull iguanas are, some of them, super reactive to the menstrual cycles of women. He would get fucking vicious when my mom or one of my sisters was on their period. Like, vicious. He would go ape shit.
Dogs do that too sometimes.
Yeah.
Not like vicious, but like they're interested in it.
Yeah. I assume you were in Cali when you had Iggy. Did you have any issues with humidity? No. My stepdad built a mister system into his terrarium. So his terrarium sat directly on the concrete block of the house. So, and it was there was a drainage system so that any condensation that happened as a result of his intermittent mistings wouldn't accumulate under the floor and shit, right? So it was a big project because, yeah, every couple of hours, misters that were hooked up, obviously, to the water outside would just for a few seconds, just to wet the leaves, dampen the stuff on the ground, and that's all he needs. And he would sit there and just, he'd get all happy with it. He'd go,
Because you didn't live in an area of Cali that was moist. You were in
it's
a
dry, yeah.
dry.
So you had to keep him wet, or he just gets scaly.
Yeah. So I guess maybe in other areas it might be the opposite problem where you have to have dehumidifiers, like in Florida or something. You might need to
not on a fucking lizard.
Yeah.
Not on a green iguana. They thrive in humidity. They're jungle creatures, so that's what they want. They want 100% humidity, 80, 90 degrees. They want it.
But like a desert lizard or something, you'd probably have the
Yeah,
opposite
a
problem.
monitor.
Yeah.
Yeah, you would definitely need a dehumidifier, and you would need some sort of secondary heating element.
Yeah, probably just a sunlamp.
Those
wouldn't
dudes
be
won't.
enough.
No, those dudes won't even move because they're not. They get their endothermic stuff from the sun and the sand.
Yeah.
Do you have to potty train a lizard, or was it instinctual for him to find a spot? He had a spot. It was called his terrarium. There's no potty training a lizard. They shit like birds. Very indiscriminately. They don't care. He wouldn't shit in his own water dish thing that was in there, and he wouldn't shit in his own food, but everywhere else was fair game. So, yeah.
I mean, that's really the only thing you gotta, like, I think sometimes birds are bad about shitting in their own water and food and stuff, so you gotta clean it more.
Yeah, I mean, it would happen. Like, he would walk through it and drag it through his water, and, but you gotta clean. Yeah. So his terrarium was cleaned, I think, once every week, where we would take him out for a while, get in there, and fucking scrape off all the poo and hose it down a little bit, and put his little ass back in there, and have to do it all again in a few days. That's the truth about a lot of these pets that aren't dogs and cats. It's like ferrets. A lot of people get ferrets, and they got no fucking clue what they're doing, dude. Ferrets are wonderful little creatures, but they're disgusting. Disgusting animals. They wash themselves with feces and urine. They literally lay around in it in their cage, and they shit all over themselves. And you have to clean them constantly if you want to pick them up and love on them. Because they're just like...
Well, TJ had ferrets for a while.
Yeah, I learned this from TJ.
Yeah.
I never met his ferrets, but we were just sitting around smoking one day talking about Iggy, I think, and I was like, you ever have any exotic type pets? And he was like, oh my God, ferrets. And I was like, how was that? He was like, disgusting. I was like, why? He told me all this shit. I was like, ugh, well, now you know. He's like, even when they're clean, they stink. They've got a musk. Yeah. And they rub it everywhere instinctually. So any room, it's like, you see these videos of people let their ferrets out and they run around a room. It's like, yeah, but that room is going to reek of ferret musk. So enjoy that, I guess. So...
It's different with some kind of animals. Like a cat it's basically idiot proof to potty train a cat because that's just their natural instinct to hide their poop. Yeah,
well, it's an anti-predator instinct. Yeah. It's like they don't want to be tracked and hunted by something bigger than them, so they bury their poops and they pee in things that are absorbent.
Unless they're like fucking feed or whatever.
Right.
Which is why you fix them and then...
Right. Boy cats that are not fixed are a menace because they will just back up to everything and just to mark their shit. But, yeah, people, it's sad for the animals because people get them, not know what to do with them, end up putting them in a situation that's kind of abusive. Like they're in the cage all day and you don't clean it enough, and it's like gets neglectful and bad for those animals, and then that causes them to have worse behaviors, and then that doubles down, and then people end up just killing them or getting rid of them or whatever. Fobbing them off on somebody else,
just
and
dumping them outside and saying,
go free, little weasel. Run free, little weasel. Run free.
Yeah, with cats, it's usually intentional, them missing the litter box. It's like a message.
Oh, yeah, it's like, hey, bitch, you did something. It pissed me off.
Unless you have a situation like Cricket. Like, I think Cricket genuinely just gets a poop stuck sometimes and he can't help but to carry it around somewhere.
Yeah, we have to give him pumpkin in his food because he has a sensitive little tummy and he gets constipated sometimes.
And yeah, there's been times where we just found a turd in the house and it was obviously like he didn't try to shit there, it just fell out of his butt.
Yeah. This is the time when this little wooded area behind my house is the prettiest. I love this, like, what do they call it? The magic hour or whatever, where it's not really the magic hour yet, but we're in the gloaming now and it just looks so pretty. I'm looking out here because yesterday this whole yard was so abuzz with activity. I mean, squirrels, nuthatches, little robins were pecking around, and now it's like just so calm and quiet. These rays of sunlight cutting through the trees. This is so pretty here. I don't know how well the camera does with that, but hopefully you guys got a little bit of a percentage of how pretty that is. Hello, D. Can I get this, please? I want to get this thing on your beard, out of your beard.
Hey. I think that might be a clip.
No, got it.
You got it?
Daddy knows how to grab the hair.
Yeah.
So I'm not pulling it.
Yeah,
and
you're
then
doing it like
yeah. I had to figure that out with you because you just get little fucking things. You get cockaburs.
Get your little clothes pretty soon.
Yeah, we're gonna get you snipped, bud, tomorrow. It's a date tomorrow. Yeah. Tomorrow's our cool day, coolest day this week, I think.
I think today might be, but it's okay.
Either way, we're gonna
it's
do
not
your
gonna
clothes.
Be much warmer tomorrow for sure.
Tomorrow we're gonna do your clothes, and I'm gonna give you a little snip clip. Mm-hmm. Don't you yawn at me. Don't you give me no yawns.
Yeah, we might have to re-clip that other one, just make sure we got the little fucking hangnail off.
Oh yeah, we'll do what we can, but you just want to kind of let that grow out.
Yeah. Like I was conservative last night, just because you couldn't help me much.
Yeah. I couldn't help anything much. It's Washington, Logan. I like to imagine that during the time of the dinosaurs, the whole world looked like your backyard. Well, that's why I like having a piece of it. Because it's intermittently such a hive of like little creatures, and then sometimes it's just so quiet. I wonder why it's so quiet. Maybe it's like this is the hour where like birds are of prey are best. Yeah. And so all our little creatures are like tucked away. I like to imagine that during the... Oh, no, it did, Spinal. It did. Don't you worry yourself, Spinal.